Alright, so library haul is gonna be tomorrow, and I'm gonna call it something like the last visit of the year, went to the library last time of the year, and you know, it's open-ended kind of videos, because I don't know what to call them. I don't think I should keep calling them books I'll be reading for the next few weeks, because someone that's just like I have YouTubers I'm not subscribed to, but I have them. I've watched them so many times that YouTube has them in my recommended. Most of those I've subscribed to. I don't know why I do that. For the longest time I was like that with Scott the Woz. I have no idea why I was like that with Scott the Woz. He's a gaming YouTuber, for those who don't know. Pretty funny. If you're into video games, I would definitely say to check him out. You should know who he is by now. If you don't know who he is, know who I am. That is saying a lot. But so to name it like the comics I'll be reading next few weeks, people are gonna see that like, oh, I didn't watch that one, and then swipe past it when they probably haven't, because that was my most recent video, let's say, or they saw the last one. So I should call it something different. New Year's, like, for the new year, I'll be probably revamping this channel. I'll try maybe to edit. I'll try to get better titles out there. Actually use vidIQ, because if anything, I think vidIQ should give you more credits. You don't use the ones for last month. They don't, because they're stupid and I hate them, kind of, sort of. Honestly, they do nothing that ChatGPT can't do. They just give you video titles, and they help you out a little bit here and there. They do give you the, oh, congratulations, you got 600 videos or subscribers, you know, that thing, you know, when you hit milestones like that, it'll say congratulations. Which that is kind of nice to know when I hit the number of subscribers. Yeah, but it's more official too. But anyways, without further ado, let's go into the reviews. First up is the 3 movies. First one being one I did not watch the second time, but because I've watched it before, I will still give it a review. I really like this movie. Cannot wait to watch it for a second time. I know, I say that, why didn't you watch it a second time? Well, the whole reason why I checked this out from my local library was so I wanted the whole family to see it. I'm going there tomorrow, so unless we go today, unless we watch the movie tonight, which we can't, because the kid's gonna be here, he's 7, and it's an R-rated movie, unless that happens somehow, it's a no-go. But this is, thankfully, on Prime Video to stream for free, which is really nice to hear. Annihilation. This one I did like, but I'm kind of like, I would say I'm more on the fence. Like, I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. I thought it was just okay. I would not mind watching it again. I think probably 6 months from now, I'll check it out again, and then see if my thoughts change at all. And one thing that really pissed me off, so I'm going to show this for the next one too. Cowboys and Aliens. Now this one I watched on my Blu-ray player. Should I have it handy? Nope, I don't have it handy. But I have a portable Blu-ray player, like I'm fucking 7 years old, that I watch the Blu-rays on, because there's no way in hell I can watch them on the big screen unless everyone wants to watch it. And usually, even though this is right up my dad's alley, he's been watching his TV shows in there, and because he's bedridden, because he just got his back operated on, so it's pretty much his room. At least for the time being it was. Now he's migrated upstairs because he's recovered, if you guys want to know, he's recovered exponentially well. So far. But anyways, so Cowboys vs. Aliens on my piece of shit Blu-ray player broke. Like, not broke like in half or anything, but just like completely broke it, like crashed it. And for one, it crashed, so I forget which one it was, but it would crash. But I thought it was like, oh, I just moved it too much. I remember a long time ago, the first time it happened too. And I was like, oh, whoops, I moved it too much. Like, you know, moving it with portable, it's not a good idea. Never had that problem with any of my other DVD players, but it's probably because it's a higher end system. It plays Blu-ray since it's portable. Now, for Cowboys and Aliens, it skipped from like an hour and 4 minutes to an hour and like 40 minutes. It was insane. And I'm glad I checked. I'm glad I didn't just say, oh, I probably just missed like a couple seconds. No, whatever. We'll just leave it there. I'm glad I checked. So I had to watch this and this online. Both, let's just say, oh yeah, I found a streaming service to watch these two on. From now on, I'm just gonna DVDs. If it's scratched up, I will pray to whatever gods there. I'll pray to the DVD gods that it's not too bad and will actually play my USB one I have for my laptop. That one is, for the most part, pretty good. Like, the Blu-ray player I have now, I would give, like, a 2 out of 5 stars. Because another thing is that when a scene is dark, you can't see anything. And I thought it was just like, oh, that's the way it's supposed to be. Because I didn't notice it for the longest time, surprisingly enough. Which is why I keep thinking, even to myself right now, I'm like, well, maybe that was just an exception. Maybe it got worse over time. But yeah, I'm done with that Blu-ray player. I wish I could return it, but I can't. It's Amazon, but I'm pretty sure it was not sold by Amazon. It was like a third-party seller that just so happened to ship with Amazon. So if anything, even if it's shipped by Amazon, I'd probably have to consult a third-party seller. I got that thing 3 years ago. There's no way in hell they're going to refund me. Not that I really need it or anything like that. It would just be to get a new one. Yeah, just that. So next up we have No Shirojā. Now the first time I read this, read. First time I read this, I thought it was just alright, and it was very forgettable. And I think over time, the more I thought about it, it was one of those things where I think I hated it more and more than I thought about it. This time around, it's just more forgettable. Like, again, I cannot tell you what happens in this book. I remember very, very little. Like, it's basically like, I basically, if I would start reading this right now, it'd be like reading it for the first time. Like it was this past time around. Extremely forgettable book that I don't recommend. Then we have The Kitchen. One thing I don't think I mentioned is that, so today I got my pupils dilated, so I will have, my vision's even worse than it usually is, so I'm seeing blurry. But I can still see this fine. Like, this is huge, like, font, so I can see it just fine. So I can't read, which is, again, the thing I do for 99% of my day. What's nice is that I have other things I want to do by quitting because I was trying to read, so it's like, I can do that now, kind of thing. It's not all bad, but it's kind of annoying. So I will have even less. So because of that, I'm definitely gonna have to, and I'm going tomorrow to the library. I am definitely gonna have, I think it was 4 books at the most that I will not be reading. One of them I'll try and finish. I have 1 issue left of that, so I'll try and do that tomorrow. So I'll still review 2 out of the 4, but I'll do the kind of you'll know which ones they are. I'll say, you'll see. Except for one of them, they're all rereads too, which is nice. Anyways, The Kitchen, I really like this book. It was, the more and more I thought about it this time around, it is kind of all over the place, and something happens kind of out of left field in the last issue of the story, and I didn't care enough to see if it happened earlier on in the series, or try to remember enough. But I would still, even then, I would only slightly recommend this book. Jesus Christ, it is a movie. But I only slightly recommend this comic. I still did enjoy it. I didn't not enjoy it. It was actually very well paced too. The movie was terrible, by the way. But if you somehow like that movie and you want to see it done better, I would recommend picking this one up. You should be able to find this one for $7 at your local comic shop. I can't imagine. And yes, there's the trade, not the individual issues. But the trade, I cannot imagine a comic book store charging you more than $10 of this. And I would say get it then. It's a good clearance book to get. When you didn't pay so much for it, you're not really pissed when it's not the best thing ever. But you still enjoyed yourself regardless. The Wake, I really, really enjoyed this comic. This is one of those books that I will read every 6 months. And honestly, the way my brain works, and sometimes it's not my fault, it's the book's fault, because it's very forgettable. Again, No Shirojā comes to mind. So a lot of times I will forget what happened, so it's nice to kind of refresh my memory kind of thing. And this is really good. If you like, I would say anyone, because I'm not a huge fan of aquatic kind of comics, but this one changed my mind forever. And now I will check out a book because of, oh yeah, The Wake was about aquatics and whales and deep sea creatures and marine biologists. I'm not usually into that stuff, but Scott Snyder made me get into it. Kind of like how he technically got me into comics. One of the first comics I bought was his New 52 series. First one I read, first ever was Simpsons comics, and for the longest time I was into that. That's why most of you who are old fans who have been here from the beginning remember me as Simpsons fan 89 forever, which that was the whole thing behind that was the 89. That's how long this show's been on for, since 1989, and this forever. I should have done Simpsons fan 1989. I think that was taken though. Anyways, Light Brigade. Like with the next one, this is one of those books that I did enjoy, but it's a lot to read because each issue was like what 60 pages long. So, but there are only 4 here, so that was nice. Next one being Batman Aliens. I even liked the Predator Superman Batman one. That's saying a lot. The Wildcats Aliens one I didn't care for. That was kind of like the last one, and I was very glad when it was over, but even the Superman Predator Batman one I liked. Now, I like with The Wake, it is one of those I probably have to read every 6 months to refresh my memory. I'm already forgetting a lot of what happened in this book, honestly. Then we have Brave and the Bold from Mark Waid, and this is not it. I should put both Mark Waids together in the same spot. Oh, I couldn't have anyways, never mind. But this one is the lowest, like, I don't even think it's because I have such high hopes and I read a Mark Waid book, because every Mark Waid book I've read, I've absolutely adored. His Archie, spoilers, that's the next ones, was insanely good. I liked his Kingdom Come again when I read. His Superman Birthright, I'll be reading for the 50th time this time around, like, pick up books tomorrow. Everything guy has read, he's hit a home run with. And this is, I would say, even by Scott Lobdell standards, this is kind of boring and kind of annoying to read. This is not one I'd read again. But it's not terrible, it was just okay. Like, I didn't completely hate reading it, but I was glad when I finally finished it. Blue Beetle. Absolutely outstanding book. This is the New 52 series, and honestly, if they want to go for a slightly darker... Actually, I can't say if they go this route with the Blue Beetle movie. But if they don't go the route with the Blue Beetle movie that they did with this comic and the Keith Giffen comic, but more so here, then that movie is even worse than people are saying it is. Like, this one's really good. If you like the movie, check this out, or the Keith Giffen stuff. Yeah, honestly, can't go wrong either way. I got text. Let's see. Oh. Alright. So my ride just said, before, because I texted her and I was like, oh, can you pick me up today, please? And I know it's like too soon and yada 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 this, and she said no initially, but now she's like, nope, I'll get in 10 minutes. Yay! So I'm gonna do a little speed round. Naomi. Fantastic. I don't care what anybody says, I really, really enjoyed this book. It's insane to think about that I like this book so much, because it's huge. Honestly, a lot of I don't like in comics. You could argue isn't here, but Bendis and David F. Walker kind of decided to make a good comic. So I will not be able to read these two. Oh, House of Pence I had like 1 issue left of. Whoopsies. Oh well. Alright, so yeah. Wonder Woman, fantastic run. This is volume 4. Pick up the Brian Azzarello run if you want Wonder Woman. It's a good entry point too. Wonder Woman Earth 1, volume 3. Politics comes into comics, and even Grant Morrison can't do it justice. It's just very on the nose, and even with a good writer like Grant Morrison, he can't make it any more interesting than it already is. And it already is. He can't make it any more interesting than it already isn't. Then we have Batman Arkham Knight Genesis. Pretty damn good Pierre J. Tomasi one. The best I've read out of the 3 Pierre J. Tomasis, honestly. Spoilers for House of Penance, I'm liking it better so far. Yeah, my pupils are dilated, so I can't read the book in the way they are either. At least sucks. I'm glad I'm going today either way. And the reason why I'm sacrificing all that and be like, oh, it's 4 books, yada yada yada, is because we're going to Kenny Poker next week. So I'll try a bunch more next week. Anyways, so starting Monday, I'm gonna have a big week next week. So that's my Christmas present to you guys. There's a lot of videos. Kingdom Come by Mark Waid. I might even do 1 video per week starting on Monday. Kingdom Come by Mark Waid. It is good, but I just heard someone that was talking about the whole controversy with Mark Waid. I don't want to talk about it, but anyways, it's just him going after people for no reason. But he made a good point. Alex Ross makes Kingdom Come a classic, not Mark Waid's writing, really. Now, I still like Kingdom Come, and I will still read it from time to time, but I kind of did have to agree with him there. Because again, like, what I'll remember, like, 20 years from now, from Kingdom Come, is like, oh yeah, the artwork was really good, it was Alex Ross, he was this painter, he painted the comics, instead of drew them. And then they told me about the story, I'd be like, so there's this old guy, it was a lot like Marvel's, but kind of worse, a bit, not too much, but a bit, like, Marvel's is 9 out of 10, Kingdom Come is like 8 out of 10. I don't know if I'll have enough time to do my out of 10 reviews, by the way. Black Summer, a lot better than I remember it being. It honestly is the best and worst of 90s comics, and this was in 2000s, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it was. It had to be in post-2001, I want to say. So I think they make a reference to 9/11 here. But it's all the best and worst parts of a 90s comics. It has insanely atrociously good artwork. I don't even say it's atrocious, just like one of those artworks doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you know, like weird designs. But also, and it has an insanely weird storyline, but it also can be a little bit boring at times. The artwork is a bit hard to see things sometimes. But I still like this one. If you want like a good throwback, pick that one up. God is Dead, Volume 7. Like I said, I believe I said this in a whatever video I was talking about comics. I said that I'm starting to get sick of God is Dead. Not like really sick of it, like I want to end it all and like not end it all, but I want to end it all, like the comic to end it all. But it's one of those books where I'm glad there's only 8 volumes. So that's just enough. It seems to be just enough and doesn't overstay its welcome. It's just getting to that point, like really like kind of like, you know, getting the edge a little bit. Archie Mark Waid, I just said this was fantastic, so I'm going to say it again, it's fantastic. And that's coming from a guy who's read, like, a few Archie comics and will never pick up an Archie book to save his life. But that is, like, that and The Afterlife with Archie are 2 fantastic Archie comics that I highly recommend. Oh, I get the movie tonight. I've been watching a lot of, oh, can I? I have to count that again. But I've been watching a lot of clips from Dolores Claiborne, which I kind of slept on that movie. I've watched before, but I kind of think I didn't like it as much, didn't appreciate it as much, kind of thing. I gotta watch it again, but I just feel like saying that tonight. I'm gonna watch it tonight. What the hell else am I gonna do? Of course, film this too. Annihilation, book 1. This is. Now, I had said initially that this wasn't the one I had gotten. I felt like a complete collection, because I thought the one that I got was the first one with the scroll book. It wasn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, at least. But this is fantastic. This is one of those books that people say that's really good, but then you kind of ignore it. It's like, it's Annihilation. I'll get that later. I would say to get this now. The omnibus, too. Because there is an omnibus out of it. 2 of them, at least. 2 of them, that is. Death of Doctor Strange, pretty damn good, and I realized that the artist here is the same artist as Skyward, so that was a nice little treat. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's just like not all to say other than it's pretty good. Check it out, you know, kind of thing. Like if I wouldn't say to pick it up as your first Doctor Strange book, but this has been my like. I read even when I first read it, again reread. When I first read it, it was after the Jason Aaron stuff, and then a few other miscellaneous Doctor Strange books. And even then, I was a bit confused, but not too much. It's kind of like picking up the death of Superman when you only know him from the movies. Like, yeah, you'll understand most things, but some things you'll ask questions with. Kind of like how I was with Doctor Strange. Even after having done my homework a little bit there. Spider-Man Deadpool. Arms Race. This was pretty good. It starts out really rough though, but it got much better as it went along. Had a cliffhanger for like, so this collects 23, 28, right? Yes. And issue 25, I want to say, or 26, ends on a cliffhanger that's not resolved with issues 27 and 28. I would understand that if it was collecting random issues like the first few volumes of Deadpool Spider-Man did, but it didn't. It was in order. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. And it wasn't. I guess you could argue it was kind of supposed to be a joke ending. But even then, I wouldn't argue that. Moon Knight. This is the one that a commenter was interested in. Absolutely recommended. Probably the highest recommendation, but I have read it before, so it's not going to get the high recommendation treatment. Although, because there were 21 rereads, I guess you could say it's a pick of the week. Although I probably pick Archie. It's hard to pick. Again, it's hard to pick your pick of the week. That's why I make not sacrifices, but adjustments, I guess you'd say. Star Wars by Jason Aaron, absolutely fantastic. Dr. Aphra by Kieran Gillen, not as good as Darth Vader, and it shows its wear. Uh-oh. Alright, speed round. Captain America, fantastic. Townsend. Infernal Tides, disappointing. Cowboys and Aliens, don't remember what happened in it. Echo Lands, annoying to read in this format, but still good. And Walking Dead is its best comic I've read from Image Comics. Period.